Well, we have some great news here. ISIS moves its capital, where everybody knows that ISIS capital was Raqqa, Syria. Now they have moved 90 miles to a town. They're moving away because of the intense bombing from the U.S. coalition forces. They just can't sustain themselves. They're getting slowly surrounded. So they're moving from Raqqa to Deir el-Zor, which is 90 miles south, I believe, southwest. Actually, southeast. Let's read this right here. In the wake of increased airstrikes and pressure applied from 3 directions by U.S.-backed Syrian forces. Now, if you don't know this, the U.S.-backed Syrian forces are the Syrian Democratic Forces, the SDF. Okay? All right, let's go. The Islamic State has essentially moved its so-called capital in Syria, U.S. defense officials told Fox News. ISIS is now centered in Deir ez-Zor, roughly 90 miles southeast of Raqqa. U.S. military drones have watched hundreds of ISIS bureaucrats or administrators leaving Raqqa in the past 2 months. For the city of Al-Mahadin, located further down in the Euphrates River from Deir el-Zor, where U.S. Central Command announced that it killed mid-level ISIS operative Abdurrahman Uzbeki. The living battle for Raqqa is imminent, but the ISIS government is no longer there. Now that Turkey's constitutional referendum has been completed, U.S. military officials hope to forge ahead with a more aggressive plan to assault Raqqa in the near future. I think it'll be happening in the next couple of weeks. A major sticking point of NATO ally Turkey is the use of Syrian Kurdish fighters of the YPG, which for years the Pentagon has called the best fighters on the ground against ISIS. Turkey, as you know, has claimed the YPG is an extension of the Kurdish Workers' Party, or PKK, a group labeled a terrorist organization by Ankara and Washington. I guess we're turning a blind eye against them that they're member of the YPG. So we'll just rename them like we always do. Well, we name them the Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, being backed by us. Lieutenant General Stephen Townsend, the head of the U.S.-led coalition based in Baghdad, said last month that Syrian Kurdish fighters would participate in, quote, in some form or fashion in the operation to retake Raqqa. Ideally, the Pentagon would like to have Kurdish fighters surround Raqqa in much the same way that they're doing in Mosul, next door to Mosul. In Syria, American military commanders have said that they'd like local Arab forces to assault Raqqa. Questions remain about the whole force necessary to keep the peace after ISIS uprooted from Raqqa. And what they do is they reinstalled they actually got together a civilian government, which don't know the exact name of it, but I know they just met and formed this group. They've been working on it for several months. There are looming questions about whether the Pentagon will supply heavy weapons to the Kurdish fighters over objections from Turkey. The speed at which fighters of the Kurdish-led Syrian Democratic Forces, SDF, can get into Raqqa depends on their access to heavy weapons, according to the U.S. officials. They're going to have access to heavy weapons. If you look on YouTube, you see them with the Dishka, which is like a 50 caliber weapon, a little bit bigger than that, the caliber wise anyways. They still have some heavy weapons. They got tow missiles. They have the heavy weapons. So don't this article fool you that they don't have any heavy weapons, and they do. I can go to YouTube right now and show you when they're attacking Taqba, Taqba, and they're doing just fine. Especially when you have the support of the U.S. military's Air Force, you can probably take out any kind of force. Let's go on here. In a sign of the increasing American role on the ground in Syria, last month, a U.S. Marine artillery battery with some 400 Marines were inserted outside Raqqa to shell the ISIS capital with artillery rounds. So the reason why they're leaving, because they know the United States Marine Corps is outside of Raqqa with the artillery force, 155s, and they're just pounding them probably every day, if not every other day, right? Those 155 rounds, which the U.S. military is very precise on those 155s. We hope, anyways. But ISIS is slowly getting dismantled in Syria. They have moved their headquarters, but we're supporting SDF, U.S.-backed forces. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Let's try to get 10 thumbs up on this video. All right, 10 thumbs up. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, share this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, write a comment below, and thank you very much.